What's going on, guys? Back at you again, and we're just going to go right through these picks. Not going to take any time doing this. So the first game, Jags, Chiefs. Even though they're pushing Trevor Lawrence, he's still, what is he, like 22, 23? So he's still got another 15 years to show us what he's got. He's definitely going to win championships. I don't know if they're going to start his run now or they're going to wait a couple of years. But they threw him in the playoffs to put him in the picture, just to have him in our heads, like, oh, he's one of the top guys. I just don't know that they're good enough to beat the Chiefs. I just don't know that they're there yet. They need a few more defensive pieces and offensive, honestly. The Chiefs are stacked, if you really think about it. They're ready to go. But I think it's going to be a closer game than people think. As long as the Jags don't start slow, it could be a close game. If they start slow, I don't know how they beat the Chiefs, because the Chiefs are so good with the lead. Mahomes is very rarely, I don't know if he ever has given up a lead, like a big lead anyway. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs here in a close game. All right, next game, Giants, Eagles. This is going to be a decent game. The Giants are going to try to run the ball, slow the clock, or speed the game up, I should say, because they're going to run the clock out. Try to keep the offense of the Eagles off the field. But the Eagles' defense is pretty good. They're not going to let Daniel Jones run around. It's not going to be like last week at all. Like, it's not. So I think the Eagles win this game. It's going to be closer than people think. And I have them winning by 3 or 4 points. So we got the Eagles there. All right, next game, Bengals-Bills. This game is just a weird game because we didn't get to see them fully play. We saw half of a first quarter and then the injury happened. As we know, it was fake. And they just did that so we wouldn't be able to gauge this game and bet it properly. I wouldn't touch this game because we didn't see them play really. Like, they left the score 7-3. So what? Oh, the Bengals are better? No, that's just how the game started. We don't know how it would have ended. And it's a shame that they did that to us. Now people are on this Bills frenzy, and if the Bills lose, they're all going to be shocked. I'm not going to be, because remember the Bengals were in the Super Bowl last year. The problem is this year, the Bengals, they lost 3 linemen, so that's the one thing that's making me think the Bills are going to win. Because how is Burrow going to have time to throw with no line? You're going to have a bunch of backups blocking for him? There's going to be a lot of mistakes made on the O-line, or that's how they're going to justify it anyway. Like, I don't know, man. We saw Burrow not having a good O-line, how that affected him in the Super Bowl. The Bills could end up doing the same thing, even without Von Miller. But if you stick a gun to my head, if it's real football, I'm picking the Bengals. But since I know, like, there's some type of, sympathetic, team that the league's trying to put in our face, the Bills, I think they're going to have the Bills do the Cinderella ride, so we're going to have to go with the Bills here. Even though my heart is telling me Bengals, but my head is telling me Bills. So we're going to go with the Bills there. All right, last game, Cowboys-Niners. With this, I think it's going to be a closer game than people think. People think the Niners are going to blow the Cowboys out. They ain't going to blow them out, but it's going to be a good game. I would say the Niners would win this one. If I had to put money on it, if I had a gun to my head, I'm picking the Niners. Just because they have more bells and whistles, and they have a better offense. Defense is on point. Everyone's there. But then again, Cowboys' defense is on point too. Like, it's pretty good. But I just don't know about Dak in a big game. But then again, we don't know about Purdy in a big game either. So there's just a lot of questions with these two teams. Like, if this could be the year the Cowboys win it all. Because if it were going to be any year, it would be this year. Because if you look at all these teams that are left, the Cowboys can beat any of these teams here. Like, they can also lose. The Chiefs can beat them. The Bengals can beat them. The Bills can beat them. But they can beat them too. So it just depends on how they write the script. But then again, the Cowboys earn the NFL more money when they lose. Like, if you look at their revenue, since they've been losing Super Bowls, they've been getting more fans and more support, or lack thereof, because people like to root against the Cowboys too. There's a huge market in that. So it's just tough right now to say. I think they're going to have the Niners go to the Super Bowl and then lose, and then get Tom Brady to get over the top. I think that's what's going to happen. They'll probably lose to like either the Chiefs or the Bills, possibly the Bengals, but I think that's how that's going to go. So I picked the Niners, guys. Final answer. Thanks for watching.